15 men and a dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of
100 miles from the Pacific and 3,000 miles from the Caribbean live the Pirates of Oregon. The Baur family.
We're pirates and we live freely.
We're not into keeping up with the Joneses. We're interested in keeping up with the Davy Joneses.
I live here with my husband, John, old Chumbucket Baur. We have 3 children, Kate, 16, Millie, 13, and Max, 8.
Inspired by pirate movies, Tori and John decided to live life by the philosophy of piratitude.
Ha! Oh, good bloody death.
Piratitude means I live my life on a whim. We behave however we want to behave.
The Baur family's philosophy of life is embrace the chaos.
John gave up his job to write pirate books.
This chapter is on pirates and ninjas and why they should be friends but can't be.
Me partner in piracy, Captain Slappy. Ahoy!
He also travels the Northwest, spreading piracy wherever he goes.
John created Talk Like a Pirate Day. It's a day where people are encouraged to talk like pirates.
Not many of my friends' dads get to buy swords and write it off on their taxes. None of my friends' dads actually buy swords.
The Baurs have started a local pirate society.
Yo-ho!
But all this buccaneering has not been bringing in the doubloons.
The life of a pirate is risky.
We're always confident that the bills will get paid. We're not always sure how that's going to happen, but it always does.
We haven't swabbed the deck in here for, quite a few years. Millie's sassy and full of piratitude. If she pleases to live like a pig, we're gonna let her.
A typical day consists of me waking up at noon. I just kind of hang out and sleep. We don't have any rules whatsoever.
If our children need to use words that sometimes adults say they shouldn't use, then I think that they need to be able to use those words freely.
I am not a $20
Oftentimes, parents will try to mold their children into tiny little versions of themselves. Max Baur!
Maxwell Bauer!
And in our household, we let our kids decide who they want to be.
But Avast, batten down the hatches, for Mad Sally is about to pull up anchor, set sail, and abandon her hearties to swap lives with a woman she's never met 150 leagues away in California. The Fine family live an orderly life in an orderly subdivision in a very orderly house.
There is nothing in our home that does not have a system. We have a system pretty much for everything: time, space, life. If you're spending time trying to find something, I consider that to be extremely stressful. This is filled with light bulbs, the entire thing. Photo paper, designer paper, fancy paper, lids and rugs. I consider organizing my gift to the world pads of paper, line paper, and scratch paper. All the holidays are broken down into bins.
Keeping organized helps me a lot because I can find everything really easily. All I can do is run downstairs, grab the cereal, which is labeled cereal.
I have 3 questions I love to ask. Do you need it?
Do you love it?
Doesn't make you money.
And if it doesn't fall into that category, maybe you don't need it in your space.
We're able to unload all the groceries and put them away in a fast manner. Everything has a home, and that's important. Knowing where stuff is makes me feel completely under control.
Ashley's my daughter, and she's 13, and Brandon's my son, and he is 10. Ashley's very similar to myself.
I have like a little divider, and then I put a label that says tomorrow's clothes and a label that says today's clothes right here. I'll be at my friend's house, and then they'll go to the bathroom or something, and then I'll see like a couple things on the floor, and then I'll just grab it and quickly